I was looking for some games to play when I came across Pac-Man World Rally and thought I would give it a try. I didn't even know Pac-Man had a racing game, but I thought it would be fun to beat it as the worst character. I landed on Pac-Man because he had the highest speed but the lowest steering and acceleration in the game, so you might be wondering, where is the video? It wasn't until after the challenge I discovered Pac-Man was the best character in the game, so I deleted hours of footage and decided to start over. I made a Patreon so that I can archive my footage there instead of deleting it, and you can also find the full run of this video there. I settled on Pac-Man Jr. as the new worst racer because he has the lowest top speed in the entire game. He does have the best steering and acceleration, but you'll see why that isn't as good as it sounds later. One more thing, Nightmare is the hardest difficulty in the game, but we don't unlock it until we complete hard mode, so this is really a 2-in-1 challenge. Without further ado, keep your power pellets handy as we find out if you can beat Pac-Man World Rally as Pac-Man Jr. Let's get hard mode out of the way first. Our first cup is the Cherry Cup. Cloud Garden is the first track. Even though I remembered how to get the starting boost, I was walled off by Blinky in the first lap, who stopped me from getting too close by keeping an item on him. I passed him shortly after, but in the second lap I got hit by an item and slowed to a crawl. I took a shortcut in laps 3 and 4 to secure first place. Molten Mountain is next, and in the first lap, I got hit by a hazard I didn't even know existed. I was 5th going into lap 3, and I would have to play well to get first, but Pac Devil uses his item on me, and I end up as Pac Soup. Behind on lap 4, Pac Devil hits me again into the lava. Despite my best efforts, I got 3rd place. Rolling Hills is next, and 10 seconds into the race, I'm already getting swarmed by items. This back and forth continues the whole race. I get a lead, and then an item hits me, and I drop several places. Thankfully, I keep enough of a lead to close the race in first. Ghost Mansion is the last track in the Cherry Cup, and an enjoyable last track at that. There's a giant shortcut right at the start, and if you take it every lap, you'll get 3 items and a big lead. I finished the cup in first place with almost 15 seconds to spare. Next, it's time for us to tackle the Grape Cup. Somehow, I missed my starting boost in Canyon Crusade, leaving me sandwiched between a group of ghosts. After unlocking the shortcut, I try to take out Blinky to get first place, but something unexpected happens. Despite that mishap, I still manage to get first place. I get the starting boost in Arctic Iceberg, but that doesn't help me much because even with the best steering in the game, this ice isn't easy to cross. You're supposed to use a dash panel near the end of the track to cross over this gap, but it only works when it wants to. A few mishaps in the second lap sent me back 7th place, but when I got back up to 2nd place, I missed the jump again. When I notice Erwin's massive lead in the last lap, I desperately try to catch up, but I don't reach him in time and have to take 2nd. Jungle Safari is short and one of the easiest stages in the game. Despite missing my starting boost and getting hit a few times, I excelled at taking these sharp turns and finished with a 20-second lead. Pirate Cove is the last track in the Grape Cup. There's a shortcut at the start that gives you triple items, so I was sitting comfortably every lap. The stage hazards are pretty easy to avoid too. That's another first place cup down. We unlocked the Watermelon Cup for doing so good. The first track in the Watermelon Cup is Winding Wetlands. These wide turns are easy for me to take, and I save enough time throughout the race to get first place. Next is Pac-Man's Factory. This track is filled to the brim with hazards and items. The other racers kept running into my items, so I had no protection against other items, and I couldn't hit those in front of me. What's more, my attack seemed to have no effect on them. I could hit someone, pass them, and then they would pass me like it was nothing. Even though the odds were stacked against me, I squeezed out a first place victory. Funhouse of Terror is next, and the only thing terrifying here are these tight turns. You really have to be careful where you drift. I was having trouble taking the shortcut without playing pinball. However, the rest of the track was easy, netting me another first place victory. Spooky's Castle is the last track in the Watermelon Cup. I was behind Blinky in the first lap, but he decided to go for a swim, so I took first. I got too confident after getting a triple item box, so the game had to punish me. No pit is large enough to stop me. Okay. No! Thankfully, I still managed to get first. That's another cup down. We unlocked the Classic Cup. Galactic Outpost is the first track in the Classic Cup. In the first lap, I get hit by an item over a pit and get knocked down to 5th. I was in first after taking the shortcut in lap 2 and kept that lead until the end. 1 track down. King's Course is the next track and the shortest in the game. It was less like a race and more like a walk in the park. That's another first place win under our belt. On the opposite end of the scale, Retro Maze is the longest track in the game. There are so many turns that memorizing them all is a huge endeavor, especially when they're so tight that you'll brush the wall a few times. They're more of an obstacle than the actual stage hazards, which are these big ghosts that wander around. However, I managed to pull through with the first place victory. The last cup is the Rally Cup, which is one lap of every track in the game. I'll only show you highlights and save the explanations for Nightmare Mode. Just please let me clear this jump. Please let me clear this jump. No! No! Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! Oh, that was so clutch! Get out of my way! Dude's flipping out over a crab. Well, at least I'm not the only one. He got both of the item boxes? Dude, he's so greedy. Okay. See, look, if I didn't pop my Guardian there, I just used my Guardian. It always trips me out when it does that because it's... Did he just... Oh, he was right behind me? This is a 20-second race. $18 seconds. What's the point of even putting it in here? Now we move on to the main course, Nightmare Mode. We're back to the Cherry Cup with Cloud Garden. In the meantime, I'll explain how the Guardian works. By drifting, you slowly fill up a bar on the bottom left, and when it's full, you get one use of your Guardian. You can have 3 Guardians at once, and they protect you from hazards for a short time, but they struggle to block items. That's because once an item has locked onto you, a Guardian can only block the weaker ones. I was first going into the last lap, but Erwin suddenly sped by and kept such a huge lead that I couldn't hit him before he crossed the finish line. I had to settle for second place. Molten Mountain worried me with its large pits, but 2 of my opponents fell asleep at the wheel, letting me stay in first for most of the game. I closed the race in first place, and someone else wasn't so fortunate, which put me at the top of the leaderboard. Rolling Hills was a rough track for the junior pack. Even though I was constantly charging drifts, almost everybody passed me. By the second lap, I was in 7th place, and to make matters worse, I couldn't take the shortcut because the bots in front of me always took the fruit required to unlock the gate. When I could finally take the shortcut in lap 3, my triple item box got stolen. I had to settle for 3rd place, but overall I was still in first. However, now I had to get first place or else I could lose to Blinky. Ghost Mansion was a pretty straightforward track. I held first for most of the race. Erwin tried to overtake me using the shortcut on the last lap, but because I collected enough pellets across the map, I could use my Pac-Man transformation or my Big Pack to secure the dub. There's more that the Big Pack can do, but you'll see that in a bit. With that victory, the Grape Cup is next. I got sniped by a snowman at the start of Canyon Crusade, but the rest of the race was easy enough. I closed the race in first. I was in first on Arctic Iceberg for most of the race, until I got hit while taking the shortcut on the 3rd lap and then missed the jump. This put me in 4th on the final lap, and Erwin stole the win again by the time I got to 2nd place. I was still at the top of the leaderboard, but only by 2 points, so I know I had to race better. Thankfully, Jungle Safari was short and sweet. I took these turns like a pro and placed first with a massive lead. Pirate Cove had plenty of obstacles, including a crab at the start that slowed me down. The biggest obstacle was this green dragon, who was apparently unaffected by falling into pits.
What?
Then, the crab from earlier came back for revenge. On the last lap, the dragon took the shortcut and my triple item box. When I got close, he hit me with an item, so I had to use my Big Pack. The Big Pack gets you up to full speed and makes you immune to any items that are about to hit you. Thankfully, this was enough to win the cup. Next is Nightmare Watermelon Cup. I was getting swarmed with items in the first lap of Winding Wetlands, but I managed to keep a lead into the second lap that secured me first place. The dragon took both of the item boxes at the start of Talkman's factory. Without any protection, I quickly dropped to 4th by the end of the first lap, and whenever I started getting in front, I always got hit. I barely managed to squeeze out 4th place against Inky. I was still in the lead, but barely. Next is the Funhouse of Terror, which wasn't that terrifying. By the 3rd lap, I kept a massive lead, and heading into the last lap, I did the impossible and kept my drift through the shortcut. This gave me an easy first place win. I had a great run on Spooky's Castle. I even decided to flex by accidentally grabbing 2 triple item boxes. Going into the final lap, I had 3 Guardians and my Big Pack ready. I easily took first and won the cup. Next is Nightmare Classic Cup. I was in 5th place just a few seconds into Galactic Outpost when this happened. I have no idea why they all just fell off the map right here. I took a radioactive bath right before the last lap, but Blinky abandoned his lead to do the same, letting me snag first place. King's Course is still the easiest track even on the hardest difficulty, so there's not much to say there. I gladly took first place. To close out the Classic Cup was the return of Retro Maze. Erwin was hot on my heels entering the final lap before Clyde passed him. Hitting Clyde didn't seem to slow him down one bit. Near the end of the race, Erwin passed me and I couldn't hit him in time. He might have won the race, but I won the cup with more than twice as many points. Last but not least, there's the Nightmare Rally Cup. One lap, every track, hardest difficulty, the ultimate knowledge check, and the ultimate gauntlet. This is the last thing standing between Pac-Man Jr. and racing game greatness. I don't even care. It's okay, I'm still in the lead. How is he so fast? Oh, that's so lame. What? See? Oh, mine. There you go. Finally did it. Boom. This is the award ceremony I've been waiting for. I'm done with this game now. Yes. With that, we have completed the challenge, and we've proven that you can beat Pac-Man World Rally as Pac-Man Jr. Thank you so much for watching. This challenge was a blast, and I'm working on new videos all the time. If you like this video, consider subscribing. Again, the full run is on my Patreon. Take care, and I'll see you later.